What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here in another video, and today we are going to be doing the predictive mock draft because in literally like what time is it? It's 1:21, so holy crap. So in less than 6 hours, around 5.5 hours from now, the draft is starting. Yes, I am on Central Time. That is insane, right? That's absolutely insane. And hopefully the damn top bar goes away so you guys don't have to see that. But we're gonna be rocking with this, guys. We had some new rumors come out today about the Saints, so let's have some fun. Let's make some moves and let's kick into it. Starting off with the number one pick. For the sake of time, we ain't gonna talk too much about this. It's Trevor Lawrence. It's just Trevor Lawrence. So Trevor Lawrence is the number one pick. We know it. Let's write it in stone. For the sake of time, let's move along. Same thing with Zach Wilson at 2. These two picks are written in stone. Again, the Eagles would have moved up to 3 if they felt Zach Wilson were there. So they had pretty damn good pretty good idea that he wouldn't be there, so they traded out. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers are on the board, and it seems like it's going to be Trey Lance. Mac Jones is not the pick. I always ask people this. It's like if the San Francisco 49ers were to pass on Mac Jones, like who would be the next quarterback selected? Would it be Mac Jones or Trey Lance or Justin Fields? And if you said anything but Mac Jones, there's a reason why there wouldn't be a reason why they would have to trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones. So to me, Trey Lance is that whiteboard mentality where it's like you can just mold him into whatever you want. And that seems like something that Shanahan might go with because, again, he then can model Trey Lance around his own offense. He's apparently a really smart quarterback. I believe it. I'm not going to say that he's an idiot. So smart guy, whiteboard mentality. Again, you can use Jimmy G for a year and coach him up. It's probably, I would rather go Justin Fields here 10 out of 10 times, but it seems like Trey Lance is the guy. Number 4, we got the Falcons on the board. And, this is, to me, they're asking too much for a team to want to move up and select a quarterback here. So Kyle Pitts, get the generational one-of-one prospect. I think that's going to be the pick. Again, if there is a random scenario where Julio gets traded, we're seeing Jamar taken at that spot. But I don't think that that's going to be the case. So let's stick away from that. And number 5, we got the Bengals on the board. And I personally would go Penei Sewell here. I think that's the best option. But I feel like Joe Burrow is going to be like, listen, let's look at the tackles in the next round. We could potentially get a guy like Eichenberg there, like Radunes, like Walker Little. So out of the sense of realism, I think this pick's going to be Jamar Chase. I really do. I hate it. Personally, I hate it. But I only hate it because I think Joe Burrow needs to be protected. And I think that you just need to, like with the hit rate on tackles versus wide receivers, you go with the tackle. But Jamar Chase might be able to, you can't say he's not going to be one of the 4 that usually hit in the first. So I think Jamar Chase is going to be a stud. Number 6, the Dolphins are on the board. And given the way that the board's fallen, to me, there's no trading out of this spot. You take Penei Sewell, you are able to stick him at left tackle, right tackle, anywhere on the offensive line, left guard. I think honestly it would be perfect fit at left tackle, and then you can kick Robert Hunt into guard and then flip Austin Jackson because he's still developing. So he's definitely not a finished product. Penei Sewell is going to be a stud. He really is. And I don't think that he can pass this point. I really don't. Unless the Dolphins want to trade out, which they traded up for a reason. I think they traded out of 3 because they're like, listen, we can get a shit ton of draft capital and probably still get our guy there at 6. So I think that's the way it worked. So number 7, we got the Lions on the board. And I think this is where we're going to see the first trade. And the Broncos are going to try to move up maybe, but they just brought on Teddy Bridgewater, which, again, I don't think that's going to stop them from trying to get a quarterback. But it might stop them from trying to get a quarterback in the first. I think the Patriots are going to try to move up. But there's a team that will be willing to give the farm for a quarterback, and they are in the news right now. That team is the Saints. And again, the Lions are going to be, we need to select as many players possible over the next few years to rebuild their team. They're open and honest about the fact that they need help. So I think that the Saints will be moving up. And my huge worry is that the Saints are going to have to give a lot to get up there, for one, which I think that 3 ones, when you think about it, from 12 to 3 was 3 ones, and then you can lose about half the value every time you drop back a spot. I think that it will require 3 ones and maybe like a 6th and then they could probably get back like a next year 3 or 4. So we'll ask for like a next year 4 in return. So we'll do a next year 3 just for fun. You know what? Fuck it. We're not going to deal with the algorithm right now. So they're going to be asking for that. And because again, we don't have any like 6th-round picks. So could be a nice little bonus. Because again, that's more and more 1st-round picks. Next year we'll have 3 firsts. And then the year after we'll have 3 firsts as well. That's how you rebuild a franchise. Like we're going to be talking about the Lions like we did about the Dolphins a few years ago, where it's like, wow, they have 3 1st-round picks. And now they have 2, and they have 2 again. And the Saints, they're pretty desperate to remain relevant right now because I really don't think that they're confident in their quarterback situation. It's I talked to the 49ers head scout. He said that they'd be moving up for either a quarterback or else if Kyle Pitts falls past 6, which we all know Kyle Pitts ain't falling past 6. Justin Fields is on the board. We're taking Justin Fields. My big worry is that they have a connection to Joe Horn, and they might not even have a number 1 corner. So J.C. Horn might be their guy. But I think that you move up, you trade away the farm for Justin Fields. I honestly think the deal, a part of that deal, because again, I had to like add in that I believe 3 or that 6th-round pick and swap for the 3rd. We might be seeing those 3 first and maybe get like a 4th back from Detroit, and then putting in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to be that slot option for them. So that is a deal, potential deal. I saw that franchise guy put up that deal online. So shout out to him because that was a brilliant idea in my opinion. So at number 8, the Panthers have already showed interest in moving back. But again, I think that they just go with the playmaker. I really do. I think you just rock Jalen Waddle here. I think that there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You take Jalen Waddle and you get the hell out. At this spot, I think the Broncos could be on the move right now. I think the Patriots need to go up and get a quarterback regardless. I'm not a fan of Mac Jones personally, but again, there is a huge drop off. The Broncos have done a 10 to 20 jump before, so we could see the Bears trying to be desperate here, but the Bears have so many holes. The Patriots are just trying to get as much as possible. They have a team that's still pretty well built for a semi-immobile quarterback, and I think that's going to be perfect. I think the Broncos are going to be moving back because now you're going to be able to get some extra draft capital from a team like the Patriots who don't really need draft capital. So I want to see what hold up. We did that wrong. We are going to be trading there, and then we are going to be trading up with the Patriots. I want to see what the Broncos have next year because I'm going to be proposing this because the Patriots are going to be all in this season. So I think that they might be putting in 2 1s and asking for maybe a 4th in return this year just to be able to they have a lot of 4ths in return. We're going to ask for next year 3. That makes sense. A 1 and a next year 3 for a 1-1. That to me makes sense because then they'll have extra draft capital next year. Bill always works his magic in those mid rounds. Oh my goodness, the hair is ridiculous. So I think that is going to be the best case scenario. They're selecting Mac Jones here though. I think that you have to ensure it because the Bears are going to be trying to move up. If he even falls past 9, they're probably trying to make a move right there. Now the Broncos can move back and probably still get the guy they would take at number 9. Number 10, we got the Cowboys, and I think this is Surtain. I really do. I think that's Surtain. Again, just they like Alabama corners. Not enough to take them in the 1st. Like last year, I'm surprised Trevon Diggs fell to the 2nd, but still good value. Number 11, we got the Giants, and I think Rashawn Slater is a perfect fit here. People who want Rashawn Slater to be right here, I just have a weird feeling that they're going to be more comfortable with a guy in the 2nd round, like an Eichenberg or something like that. I really don't think that they're comfortable with Rashawn Slater being a true left tackle for them. Number 12, the Eagles. I'm 100% on this train thinking that this is going to be J.C. Horn. I think he doesn't get past 12 because, again, 13 and 14 and 16 are all vying for him. You can even see the Patriots move up for J.C. Horn, for Christ's sakes. Like, I think if J.C. Horn falls past here, they pass on Darsaw and go J.C. Horn. I think the Chargers would go after a true number 1 corner. So J.C. Horn is going to be an excellent addition in Philadelphia. I think 12 is the ceiling for him now. The floor. He gets taken 12 or above. And I have a weird feeling that it could be number 7. It's just a weird gut feeling of mine. At number 13, I think this one makes a bit more sense. You go Darsaw here. He's young, lots of talent. I know Richard doesn't like him, but that's fine. I love him. And I think the rest of the NFL really likes him as well. He's going to be a true left tackle. And if you miss out on a guy like Waddle, J.C. Horn, you go Darsaw, 100%. There's no doubt about it. I don't want Sam Tabby's not even there anymore, but whoever else is there, I don't think that's going to be good enough. At number 14, we got the Vikings on the board, and I really can't. I can't feel like Jalen Phillips is going to be this pick. I can't. I know Elijah Vera Tucker. The NFL loves this guy. They love the fact he can move back to tackle and guard. I don't know if this is where he gets taken though, because I know they need tackle badly, but they just lost out on a tackle. This could be as high as where Greg Newsome goes. This is the ceiling for Greg Newsome, in my opinion, right here. This pick, like we could definitely see Greg Newsome sneak right here at 14, because that's gonna. I mean, he's used to being up there, near Chicago at Northwestern. So there is a big potential for that. Edge, obviously a need, but I have a weird feeling about this because they just lost Jeff Gladney, like, and that is not good. You're in a division where, I mean, a guy like Greg Newsome's going to thrive. He's been around there for a long time. I think you take the connection with Northwestern to a team in the NFC North. This is going to be, whoa, this is a weird pick. You're going Greg Newsome here. Again, I think that with all these corners flying off the board, it's a big, big worry. Micah Parsons is this pick, by the way. I don't think you think second about it. You take him, you rock the bank. You know, he is unbelievable, unbelievably talented, and I'm a big fan of him. I don't think he should be here, but he will be thanks to his personality issues. I think Vic Fangio can get the most out of him now that you have a really good roster and everything in place. Still think you can get a quarterback, but I don't believe they're going to go after Mac Jones if he is the guy left on the board. At number 16, we got the Cardinals here. And this is a good spot to take a guy like Devontae Smith. The corners are all off the board, in my opinion. You could take a chance on Caleb Farley, but I can't see corners going that fast. There's still Devontae Smith on the board. We can't disrespect him anymore. Devontae Smith is going to be the pick. Again, they're trying to look for a wide receiver right now in the draft. So I feel like that is going to be the pick, and then they're going to be addressing corner later on, especially given how the corners have been taken off the board. I seriously think that the Vikings are going to try to get a true number one corner. They got Mike Hughes there now, Greg Newsome, as well as Patrick Peterson, which is going to be a really lethal secondary. And you might even see Trevon Merrick be that pick. Excuse me. I mean, Trevon Merrick might be that pick. That's something that's a big, big possibility. At 17, this could be another spot for Trevon Merrick. 100%. I just feel like this has to be Christian Barmore. They really don't have anything on the interior defensive line. Don't know why they cut Maurice Hurst at all. But he was truly like heads and above everybody else on that roster in terms of on that interior front. So there's Christian Barmore to me is a top 20 to 25 player. I watched him last night, and this dude has some potential. You can play him at defensive end as well. That's a beautiful thing. I don't know if he's the best at nose tackle, but he has potential there. So he's a redshirt sophomore. There's a lot to grow. You could look at the linebackers as well. You know, you still have Jamin Davis here, who would be pretty solid in that Sam Blitzing role. I just think he'd be better as a Will, given, or maybe a Mike. He's probably better as a Mike, given his size. You know, Zaven Collins wouldn't be exactly a fit. JOK could be a fit. I just don't really see any of these guys filling that exact role. I'm looking around 240 pounds and someone who can blitz. I'm looking at Nick Bolton as a guy who could potentially fill that role. That's just something I would look at. Karen McGroon, he's up in that range as well. So at this spot, I have a weird feeling that it's going to be Christian Barmore or it's going to be Spencer Brown. I know the Raiders love to take these shots on dudes. I think that they're just going to take a shot on Christian Barmore here. It feels right. It feels right for them too. You watch the tape, this guy's unbelievable. I would not be surprised if he goes higher than this. He can go as high as 11, in my opinion. He could literally go to the Giants. I don't think they even need an interior defensive lineman, but you know, Gettleman might just get very, very excited, to put it bluntly, about that pick. Number 18, the Dolphins are on the board, and I thought about moving up for Jalen Waddle if he fell, and that just didn't happen. Elijah Moore's on the board. That's potentially a really good option for them. I think they're going to be going with more of the pass rusher route. I love Kwity Paye. I think he'd be a great replacement for Lawson, and I have a feeling that's why they got rid of Lawson. I feel like they were like, okay, well, we can easily replace him in the first, and now we have a guy who's like a cornerstone linebacker on our team. I believe Benardrick McKinney. We're taking Kwity Paye here. I'm just a big fan of it. I love Kwity Paye. To me, like, we're going to be getting a 3-4 outside linebacker, like an Azeez Ojulari. You can look at Ronnie Perkins, Joseph Asai as well in the next round. There's a lot of guys where I think you can just piece the final pieces together this offense. Now you have a really, really good offense. And again, Elijah Moore is probably going to be the fourth wide receiver off the board. Number 19, Washington's on the board. I'm scared shitless that Jamin Davis is going to be this pick because they do need an actual true linebacker. But again, I think JOK, I've seen him in coverage. This guy looks different, and he can play safety for you. He can replace Landon Collins and save you a ton of cap in the future if you really want him to. I think that's the lock pick. I really don't think there's much else that they would think about there. At the Bears pick, I don't think that there's anything besides Tevin Jenkins that they'd rock. They could look at Rashad Bateman as well. That's the 100% option. Caleb Farley as well. Another really good potential option for them. But I think the Bears are trying to win now, and they lost Bobby Massey. To me, Tevin Jenkins has to be this pick. Has to be. I don't know why. I just think that the Raiders are just going to avoid taking Tevin Jenkins. It's a weird gut feeling of mine. And this is something I have pretty much locked in. I don't think I would ever change this pick. Sam Cosmi. Yeah, I don't need to go back into the RAS argument. Levi highlighted that to me. But I mean, the offensive linemen that they've hit on all had 9+ RAS, and they've all selected them in like the first round or two. So there's a big plus there. I think Sam Cosmi is going to be an excellent tackle for him. 22, you got the Titans. And this is a tough pick because Caleb Farley, again, the NFL definitely is fallen on their opinion of Caleb Farley a lot. The question is, do you take him there? I don't know. I think you take Elijah Moore here. Again, he's an electric weapon. He has perfect chemistry with A.J. Brown. I feel like that is going to be the pick. That has to be the pick to me. I don't think that there's anything else in my mind that is going to be a pick there. I seriously don't think there's going to be that many moves made in these like many trades because I think a lot of teams have guys that they love. And we're seeing Elijah Vera Tucker fall here, which is quite surprising. I was thinking about taking him at 18, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. So he's going to be going here. AVT. Taking him to the Jets. I think that's the farthest he falls. On the Steelers realm, if I were them, I'd be looking at Caleb Farley, but you have to secure that. This is a pretty much another locked pick. You take Najee Harris if he's here. So, woo. At number 25, this is as low as Merrick goes. I don't think he passes this spot. There's no way in hell in my mind he passes 25. This is his floor. So, if he's here, you take him in a heartbeat. He's an excellent safety, easily the best in the class, one of the best in the nation, hands down, throughout his entire career. You lock it in, and then you walk away. That's going to be perfectly fine, in my opinion. So, next, we got the Browns. This is a tough one, but I know they talked to Caleb Farley quite a lot, and they need a boundary corner. Apparently, I don't get it, but I know Browns fans are definitely pissed with their secondary. This is my prediction. Caleb Farley's the pick. I think they're going to select Caleb Farley, and they're going to just walk away. Because since they have an actually pretty good safe corner core, they can wait on Caleb Farley to remain healthy. They can take a shot on it. And if he becomes healthy, that could be the biggest steal of the draft. He obviously, to me, was worth the number 6 pick when the Eagles used to have that. So Caleb Farley, he's a stud. Lock him in. At number 27, the Ravens are on the board. And I don't know, like there's a lot of really good guys on the board. Azeez Ojulari might be too good to pass on. I don't think Alex Leatherwood is going to be a first-round pick. I seriously don't feel that. I can't imagine a team actually loving Alex Leatherwood as a tackle. If the Ravens still needed a guard, I could consider it, but that's not the case. Azeez Ojulari to me has just so much potential on this roster. You can really use him in that Yannick Ngakoue role, and he has a lot, but there is medical concerns. That is something that's been pushing him down, if I'm not mistaken. I heard it on the podcast with Field Yates and then Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. So I'm trying to see if they actually have that factored in here. They don't have it in here. So I don't think they've accounted for the potential injury concerns enough. I think they will be targeting a wide receiver. That might be Rashad Bateman. To me, I think that has to be the pick. If he is here, Bigger bails out his quarterback who doesn't have the best quarterbacking skills, and I think that he's going to be an excellent separator at the top of his route. There's a lot to like about Rashad Bateman, so I think that he'll be able to sneak here into the late first. So now the Lions are on the board, and to be honest, there's a lot of really good picks here. Jamin Davis to me seems like he could almost be a lock at this point. Like that is an unbelievably talented, rangy linebacker that you can build your entire offense around. Tackle-wise, you can go after one of these two. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll trade back to do that. Quarterback-wise, they're not going to be pulling a quarterback on us. Wide receiver-wise, they could go Terrace Marshall or De'Ami Brown. That could be a target for them if they want to trade back. Corner-wise, don't really vibe with any of the picks, to be honest with you. So to me, I have a weird feeling that the hype on Jamin Davis is through the roof. Zayvon Collins is a beast. I can't see him on the Lions. Jamin Davis, I definitely could though. He's a rangy linebacker. You're losing Jared Davis, if I'm not mistaken, and putting in Jamin Davis, who's going to be electric. I actually really like his potential at the next level. You guys desperately need it. Alex Anzalone is not going to stop me from taking Jamin Davis, and I don't think it'll stop the Lions either. At number 29, the Packers on the board. Again, we also got a slot corner for them, so there's a big bonus there. The Packers on the board. I think that this is gonna be a weird one because we could definitely go a weapon here. De'Ami Brown is a sneaky pick at this spot, but I think Zayvon Collins is going to be the pick. I don't think he falls past this point because he's too good, in my opinion. He's too good to pass on. He's just unbelievably talented and amazing in coverage as well. I have him as a top 15 player, but again, there are some things he's not the most athletic guy in the world that teams might not like. So a team like Green Bay, where they really have a garbage linebacker core, he is easily one of the best options. At number 30, let's see what the Bills should be doing. The Bills, this team is tough. This team's tough to gauge. But I think a guy like Jalen Phillips is going to be the pick, though. I genuinely feel like, oh yeah, we're not seeing really any trades up in here, but I don't feel like these are going to be really trade picks. I really don't. This is going to be a good spot for Jalen Phillips because, again, you guys are in that win now mode. And Jalen Phillips has great talent. It's just, I think the concussions are going to concern some teams. At 31, the Ravens are sitting here, and I'm going to be honest. I don't know if they're going to be pulling an Azeez Ojulari train in round one. I could see a team trying to move up, though, because there are guys like Jason Owe on the board. We could see a one-pick swap with the Ravens for Jason Owe. I don't feel that. We're going to be moving up with the Jets. I think the Jets are going to be a little bit more aggressive this draft. The Jets are moving up with the Ravens, right? I'm like, who the hell am I moving up with? We could see this move. We're going to try to swap threes. So we're allowing the Ravens to move up quite a few picks in order to alleviate their concerns. So, and I think that this will allow Jason Owe to be a high first round pick. You know, we still have also Caleb Farley on the board, don't we? No, we don't. Oh, we took him by the Browns. Jason Owe on the board. I think this is where he gets taken. I don't think he definitely doesn't get out around 1. 32 is his floor. But this pick, this is a fun one because there's a lot of guys that could be this pick. You know, you look at Azeez Ojulari, he could be a good backup. Joe Tryon, which is probably going to be the pick. Land Dickerson, you know, you could definitely be a starting caliber player. Kadarius Toney could be, but they just brought back Antonio Brown. To me, I think this is almost a Joe Tryon lock. I think the end of the first will be a run on edges. I seriously do. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is pretty similar to the drafts I've been normally doing, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think the hype is real. And here, this run on defense right here, this is just filling in the last needs on certain teams that are trying to make a playoffs or some team that just really wants a player for the future. So let me know what you guys think. I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, and let's enjoy tonight. I'm going to be live streaming, so have fun. I'll see you later. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.